starting from the rocket, going up all the way to kitsune. We're gonna be ranking every single fruit in block fruits. So rockets F tier, because let's look at the Wikipedia of the rocket first. Rocket it's a natural type. It costs $5K from the BLOX dealer. It doesn't have that good PvP skills or AoE. Not to mention it's also affordable to starters though. It's good for starters. And the moveset is Missile Fist, Air Strike, Rocket Crash, and Blast Off. The Missile Fist is 1 mastery, Air Strike 20, Rocket Crash 50, F is Blast Off. Not that great, but it is a pretty fun fruit for beginners. I'll put it in F tier still. Now, going on to the spin fruit. The spin fruit is a natural type. It costs 7,500 belly, and it is one of the cheapest fruits. It has only 4 moves though, and the moves are Razor Wind, Tornado Assault, Air Slasher, Helicopter Flight. And I only had 90 mastery, so not that bad, but won't change my opinion that I'm putting this in F tier. Now time for the chop fruit. It costs 30K and 100 Robux for the permanent. It's not that good for PvP, but one thing which is making me forbidden from putting it in F tier is that it is immune to swords. So now I won't be putting in F tier, something better. But yeah, it's not that good of a thing. Anything else? It has like 1, 2, 3, 4 moves. Z, tackle, dance, party, helicopter. So I'll put it in C tier only because it's immune to swords. Now time for the spring fruit. So spring fruit costs 60K belly. Not that great. And the abilities are pretty mid. And it's only 125 mastery. Still pretty bad fruit. But just because how fun the fruit is, and in the bridge in second C, if you use the move called Spring Leap, I'm pretty sure. Maybe some other move, I'll put it up on the screen if I'm wrong. Just because of that move, in the second C bridge, you can go faster than the light fruit and kitsune fruit. So because of that, I'm putting the spring in lower than the chop, but in C tier. Now time for the bomb fruit. So the bomb fruit is a common natural type fruit that costs $80K. Bomb is okay for grinding in the first C because it's pretty low mastery requirement, but it's not recommended as it lacks elemental reflexes. And the targeted bomb grab, landmine, self-destruct, and explosive jump, 125 mastery, not that high. And self-destruct lowers your HP, but the more you lower your HP, the higher damage it does, so that's pretty decent. And because of the one move, landmines, I'm pretty sure, it literally can do the highest amount of damage in the game. So just because of that, I'm gonna put it higher than the chop fruits. for the smoke fruit. So, the smoke fruit is a common fruit. It's an elemental fruit, so it's decent. It costs 100k belly, but it does have a pretty high chance of rolling it. And mastery is not extremely high. It's an elemental fruit. It's decent, but so it will give you a chunk through the first seed because it's an elemental, but overall not good for PvP, not good for grinding. So I put it in B tier. Actually, no. I'll put it on the top of C tier since it's an elemental fruit. Now time for the spike. So, the spike is only 180k belly if you want to buy. Pretty high chance of rolling it. Has 4 moves. Spike Summon, Whirlwind, Spiky Ball, Spike Barrage. It's basically just a Walmart version of the Doe. It literally has all the Doe moves, just 100 times worse. So, I'll put it in below or above the spring. I think below the spring. Because just how fun the spring is. But it's pretty debatable that it's better or worse. I'll put it there for now. Now, we finished all of the common fruits. Now we're going to the uncommon fruits. Starting with the flame. Okay, so it costs 250k belly. It is an elemental fruit, so it's pretty good. And it has high range ability which can break instant. It's a decent pick for grinding in the first and second sea. The flame costs 14,500 in fragments to awaken and has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 moves. Fire Bullets, Burning Blast, Fire Column, Flame Destroyer, Firefly. Firefly has medium speed. Flame Destroyer has a good AoE and it breaks instinct. And all the rest do good AoE, and the Fire Bullets are high damage and it can hit multiple players. And it's elemental, so it's decent for grinding. So, Flame will be our first category in the B tier. Let's go. Now, time for the Falcon fruit. So, Falcon is a downgrade from the Flame fruit. Costs 300k. Abilities aren't that good. It's one of the worst fruits in the game. It only has 3 attack moves, which are mediocre damage and lack AoE. Not good for grinding. And there's one move which is just a waste. The flight move has decent speed but pretty high mastery. Soaring Talon has good mobility, Bone Crush a decent stun. But overall, just not a great ability in my opinion, the fruit. So I'll put it in the lower side of B tier. Next is Ice. Ice fruit is a very good fruit. Pretty easy to get and very cheap, only 350k belly and very high chance of rolling. It's good for bounty hunting. Some of the max level pros still use it for bounty hunting to this day. It has an awakening and it's an elemental fruit. Very good choice for grinding in the first and second sea. Amazing for PvP. And couple of its moves stun the opponent very nicely. It costs about 14,500 fragments to fully awaken it. It has a Frostwalker, Ice Trident, and has an Elemental Reflex. So it's good. The moves are Ice Spear, has high range and decent explosion damage. Ice Surge, no end lag. Ice Bird, long stun. Launches faster than its awakened version though. Has less range in return. The Glacial Approach has a long stun. Large AoE. So, it's pretty good fruit. I would put it in A tier or I think I'll put it in the bottom end of A tier or the high end of B. I think high end of B tier is a good ranking for it. Time for the sand fruit. So, the unawakened version of sand is not amazing for PvP, but still decent. This block fruit only costs 14,500 fragments to awaken, same as ice. But once you awaken it, it's amazing for PvP. And I'm pretty sure it has an elemental immunity, so it's good for grinding the first seed. So I will put it, the sand fruit, in the here. I think this is a good ranking. Higher than flame in my opinion. Now time for the dark fruit. Dark fruit costs 500k belly. It's one of the best fruits for PvP and has an awakening same as ice and sand. 14,500 frags to awaken. And it's an elemental fruit, so it's decent for grinding. And it's pretty easy to get in for seeds, not that rare. And it's very good for PvP again, decent for grinding. And the moveset is pretty good. Z move is Dark Rocks, it has good range. The X move, Black Spiral, is very fun for trolling. And it has a pretty good stun and decent range. Black Hole was pretty high stun in PvP. Dark Bomb again, pretty high stun. So I'll put the dark. I think I'll put the dark in A tier because how easy to get and it's still good for PvP and grinding. The next fruit is the diamond. The diamond fruit is pretty cheap, 600k, but it is terrible fruit. In crust, it has, which makes you more tanky. Beaming tackle has pretty bad distance coverage and it's a decent mobility move. Decent damage the diamond hail if all projectiles hit. Solar flare, blind enemies for 3 seconds. It's somewhat good for starting a combo or for running if you're a scaredy cat like me. But you cannot convince me that it is not one of the most rash fruits in all of the game. So I am gonna put it in high F tier. Sorry for the diamond users out there. Now time for the light fruit. So the light fruit is our first category in the rare tiers. It costs 650k from the dealer and it's not that hard to roll. Has an awakening which costs 14,500 fragments, just like most of the others. Abilities are very good. It's an elemental type, decent for PvP, especially when awakened. One of the best fruits for traveling, because how fast it travels. And it's super duper good for grinding, because it's an elemental type. So, and it has an M1, which makes it even better. So, I'll put the light fruit. I was originally gonna put in an S, but I think I'll put in high A tier, just because how good it is for grinding. Now time for the rubber fruit. The rubber fruit costs 750k belly from the BLOX dealer. Not that hard to get from the gacha. It'll just take a couple of rolls. And it is not that good. It's like you can get it, but it's only good when you get transformation, and it's pretty high mastery. And not amazing for PvP. Moveset not that good. But the slingshot move is just so fun because it just like launches you to outer space. And the M1, it has decent range and good speed when transformed. And rumble users cannot damage you when you're using the rubber. And the cannon, a decent damage. Smash is okay. The rush move has good stuns, transformation. Again, it has way more energy it gives you, and again, F, very fun move for trolling. I'll put it in like above sand and B tier, just because you need transformation to make it good. Now time for the barrier. So, the barrier fruit costs 800k belly. A bit steep because it's not that good. It's a rare type, pretty easy to get from the gacha. And if you want to buy the perm, it's 1250 Robux. So, pretty steep again. The best part about this fruit is in the first move, barrier prison or barrier wall, it literally blocks people from coming to the mansion, which is kind of fun. Surprise attack, not that good. Barrier prison, not that good. Overall, not that good. But the stairs move is also kind of fun. Just infinite stairs. So I'm gonna put barrier in low B tier. On my opinion. Now time for the ghost fruit. Ghost fruit is 940k dollars from the BLOX dealer. It's pretty decent for PvP. The Ghostbusters move just makes a bunch of versions of you, and you get 2 lives, which is even better. And it's so, because of that, it's good. Shivering Possession stuns a guy for a short amount of time, so it's good for PvP. Don't recommend it for grinding. Overall, not that good, but it is pretty decent for PvP. So, I'll put it in, put it after rubber, because how good it is for PvP. Now time for magma. The magma fruit is extremely good because it doesn't cost that much to get from the BLOX fruit dealer. Not that hard to roll. And so yeah. It's a rare. It costs 960k precisely from the BLOX fruit dealer. And it's awakening is 14,500 frags, and after you awaken it, you can walk on water. So it's very good. And the best part about it, good for PvP, good for grinding, gives you elemental immunity. But just because it is literally the best fruit for any sea event, I'm gonna put it in high A tier. It's just so good for sea beast hunting. That's why. Now time to go to Quake. So Quake is a legendary fruit. It costs $1 million from the BLOX fruit dealer, and from the BLOX fruits gacha, it's pretty easy to get. The awakening costs 17,000 fragments, and it has tsunamis, the Quake Punch, Quake Wave. It's decent, but the dual tsunamis barely hit. So I'm not gonna put it very high, but it's still a pretty decent fruit. So I'll put it in B tier, right here. I think that's a good place. Now time for the Buddha fruit. And best fruit for raid. Gives you insane range, and you can do the Buddha glitch, which just makes your sword giant and doesn't slow you down. Decent for PvP, and 14,500 fragment to fully awaken. The moves aren't good at all for PvP grinding, but because of the M1 range, I'll have to put it at S tier. First category in the S tier. Because how good it is for grinding, decent range, amazing range, amazing for raids, the best fruit for raids. And so yeah, putting in an high S tier. Now time for the love fruit. The love fruit is a legendary natural type, and it costs 1.3 million from the dealer, and it's pretty rare to go on stock, and it's pretty hard to get from the gacha. Its abilities aren't good, but in the flamingo ride, you can literally kidnap NPCs, which just makes the fruit so fun. And the besto friendo, which just you can get one of your friends, and it just gets a duplicate of that and helps you. And it's so fun, and one of the moves literally has the highest range in the game if you can hit it. So just because of that, I'll put it in. I put it in like A tier. I think A is a good spot, like this area. Now time for the spider. So the spider is a legendary natural type. It costs $1.5 million. It has elemental reflexes. Its awakening costs 17,300 frags. But because you can just become Spider-Man when you're using this fruit, and it has one of the highest damage abilities, and it's pretty high mastery though. I'll put it in low A tier. I think that's a good spot. Now time for the sound fruit. Okay, so it costs 1.7 million belly. Pretty hard to find it on stock, and it's so hard to get from the gacha. Abilities are pretty good, And the tempo meter makes all moves that are used while in the golden move turn gold, deals more damage and have lower cooldown. So yeah, it's pretty decent for all the moves, great mobility, decent speed, it's high damage, good for grinding. So I'll put the sound fruit in A tier. I'll put it like above love but under light, like this. So now we're gonna be ranking the phoenix fruit. 0.8 million belly if you wanna buy it from the dealer. Pretty rare to be on stock. It costs 2,000 Robux if you wanna buy the perm version of it. The awakening cost 5,000 fragments. And because of that, it costs 18,500 to fully awaken it. So it's decent. And the cannon move is good range, breaks instincts and can knock back enemies. The regeneration flames can heal the player, and it's even better than the heavenly blood move in the sanguine earth. So, but the worst part is you have to unlock the raid like the dough one. So it's a beast type fruit and you can fly with it in the transformation. So I'll put Phoenix in higher than Spider, in my opinion, or below. I'll put it there. I think that's a decent spot. Actually, there. Now, time to go to Portal, one of my favorite fruits. So, it costs 1.9 million belly from the BLOX fruits dealer. It's a legendary fruit, but it's so fast to travel. You can travel any location you want immediately. And it's literally one of the best fruits for bounty hunting. The moves are good, and in the dimensional rift, you literally create your own domain expansion. And it's not that high mastery, 300 only. And the portal dash is 1 mastery and it just makes your dash much longer range. And so it's a mainly good travel fruit, amazing travel fruit, and so good for PvP because of its moveset and its domain expansion. I'm putting it in S tier. Now time for the rumble fruit. The rumble fruit costs a steep 2.1 million belly from the BLOX fruits dealer. Pretty hard to get from the gacha, and it's very good for PvP because of its moveset. It has an awakening, costs 14,500 frags to awaken it. It has elemental reflex and elemental immunity. It has the moves are Rumble Dragon, Sky Thunder, Sky Beam, Thunder Bomb, and Lightning Dash. So, the Rumble Dragon has good damage, has slight auto aim. The Sky Thunder has a great stun. Sky Beam, great for combos due to its amazing stun, great damage, great stun. Lightning Dash, short cooldown. And that's the F move. I'm putting Rumble in. I'll put it top of A tier, on my opinion. Because how good it is for PvP. Maybe lower than magma because of the CB spawning. But the reason I'm putting it here and not in S tier is because it has one major flaw. If you're trying to attack rubber users, you cannot damage them. So, if you're seeing a rubber user, run as fast as you can. Now time for the pain fruit. Pain fruit is dookie. It sucks. Costs 2.3 million belly. It's a paw fruit, basically, if you guys are old school. And it's pretty hard to get from the gacha. The moves are dog water. Okay? And I'm not going to really explain any of it that much. I'm just going to put it in low B tier. Sorry if any of you disagree. Now time for the blizzard. So the blizzard fruit costs 2.4 million belly. I'm going to speedrun these last fruits because I don't want to extremely large video. It has a good PvP potential. One of the best fruits for sea events. It has elemental reflex, good stun, decent for PvP, and it just has a blizzard move which literally puts them like stuns them. But you're also just float with a tornado. So I'm gonna put this in low. Low, like middle of the A tier, like right here. Now time for gravity. It's literally one of the worst mythicals. So I'm just putting in C tier. I'm not gonna explain that one. Now time for the mammoth. Mammoth is a pretty good fruit, 2.7 million belly. It's a beast type. It does not require a fury meter like the dragon. It's decent choice for sea events. Mammoth is good fruit for PvP, but pretty hard. Mastery transformation is also like hard to get because of mastery, but then you unlock the M1. So I'm just gonna put mammoth in S tier. Actually, you guys would probably disagree. I'm putting in under portal, but higher than Buddha. Now time for the mythical T-Rex fruit. T-Rex is mythical. It cost 2.7 million belly. It's more highly demanded than the mammoth fruit. It's the M1 is pretty good for first and early second C. And it has a good fury meter. It has tail swipe, predator reach, hunter ray. It has medium damage though, not that good. Similar to, and the gigantic leaf knocks the enemies up, similar to the god human X move, and it has decent AoE. So I'm gonna put T-Rex fruit. I'm putting T-Rex fruit highest tier. Now time for dough. Dough costs 18,500 fragments to fully awaken. And it's literally the best fruit for PvP. And it's so easy to combo. It has an M1. Because once you awaken it, and it's an elemental, so it's decent for grinding, but not that good still. But it's so good. Just so good. Because of the PvP hit the moveset, and literally a noob like me in PvP can do a combo. So S tier. Now time for Shadow. Shadow costs 2.9 million belly from the BLOX leader, and it's pretty easy to get from the pretty hard to get from the gacha. Has elemental immunity, has an umbra meter, good mobilities, and it's overall decent. And it's a pretty fun fruit for PvP and stuff. So I'm gonna put Shadow in here, like right there. Bottom of S. No, a little higher than Buddha. Now for the last top 6 fruits. It cost 3 million belly from the BLOX fruits dealer, but pretty hard to find it on stock. It's decent for PvP due to its transformation, deals high damage, and it has a fury meter. So I'm putting it in S right there. Actually, yeah, I think that no, I'm putting it like more bottom, like here. No, here. I'll put it here. I think that's a good spot. Now control. Don't have to explain. Worst mythical, hard to get from the gacha. So I'm putting it in B tier and has an unskippable cutscene. Now for these top 4. Spirit can literally create buddies for you. Good AoE, good stun, pretty decent for PvP. So I'll put it in high S tier, like right there. Now Dragon, because of the rework, it's about to come out. So currently it's pretty highly demanded, but the update hasn't come out yet. So right now I'll put it here. Now for these 2, no doubt, Leopard, Hawk, transformation M1, good for grinding, good for PvP, and Kitsune, best overall fruit. So this is the tier list. So this is the end of the video, and this is the tier list. Hope you enjoyed, guys. Don't forget to hit a like